I'll let yourself prepare. I think I want to talk about like fire and attitude and energy and just execute. Just freaking do it.
Don't think, just do.
Don't think, just do. Well, I mean, you got to think a little bit.
I tend not to.
All right, let's crisper open. Oh shit! As I just about to drop my damn computer.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Driven for More podcast. I'm Stacia.
I'm Carter.
And we're just rolling into it today.
Sure are.
I called Carter like 6 minutes ago?
Less than 10 minutes ago, either way.
Yeah, I think 6 minutes ago. And I was like, hey, let's film a podcast. So I did not tell him what range we were going, this, that, and the other. He's like, I feel slightly unprepared.
I just kind of show up here, see what happens.
As I swallowed down the wrong tube. Okay, so what I'm really thinking about today is attitude. It is free. Mm-hmm. It is the one thing that you truly have all control over. And I think so many people don't think that their attitude is literally like the biggest return on investment you can do of investing in yourself, in your team, and whatever you're doing. Do you get what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure do.
And I say, I hear from some people, they're like, how do you stay sane? How do you feel like you're not drowning? Well, don't get me wrong. Some days I feel like I might be treading water. Yeah. But most of the time I don't. Most of the time I'm just like, no, we just roll with it. We just get things done, because I always know I may not be the smartest person in the room. I may not be the smartest at what I'm doing, but I know damn well, because of my attitude and my level of execution, I will literally go further than someone who sits down and over prepares and over plans. It's like, if you just do it, what's gonna happen? You know, It comes back to like our conversation that we had in our podcast the other day about the fear of failure, and that people who are like afraid of failure, it's like, what are you gonna fail at? You gonna die? Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to die. You're just gonna figure out another way on how to not...
different path.
Yep, on how to not do something and be like, all right, sweet, I learned this lesson. I didn't fail. I learned a lesson. Like, this is fantastic. And I think it is so important that people should really focus on the attitude and what did they put out there. And energy attracts energy. And whatever you are putting out there, you will receive. And people are so, people will feel so good about you. I want whoever, who is listening here, I want you to think about this and think about that. If you go into a room and you're talking to people, or you're choosing not to talk to people, whatever you choose to do, how do you want people to feel in 5 minutes? Do you want people to feel that when you walk into a room, you are overflowing with sparkle and you just give it to everybody? Or do you want people to feel like you're a dark cloud coming into the room? I want sparkle.
Right.
Every freaking day. Like, no, I want people to feel energized and pumped up, to be able to have a conversation with me and be like, okay, sweet. Like, I was meeting with a client actually yesterday. So this is really funny because it comes back to it. Meeting with a client yesterday. In our meetings, I book out about 70 minutes. Those are, that's the time, because if we go over by a little bit, we're good. I usually don't book anything until like at that hour and a half mark. And if we're under, it works out. But it's just like that 70 minutes, I think, is a really good point. We finished up, I think it was 48 minutes is what it ended up being. Oh, wow. And I was like, okay, sweet. But at literally 40 minutes, she's like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. This is so amazing. I literally need to get going. Like, I have to go. And I was like, all right, sweet. Like, is there anything else that you need from me? Is there something that? And then she'd asked just like one off question that had nothing in relation to what we were talking about. And I was like, okay, well, that was perfect. We literally like wrapped it up, and she's like, I feel so fired up and so ready to just freaking tackle it that, yeah, I'm done talking. Have a great day, Stacia. Talk to you in 2 weeks.
Well, that's awesome.
I was like, okay, we'll take this. Yeah. We will take this energy.
Do you think motivated people help motivate other people? Like, if you're in just with their energy, what you're around, how you're talking?
Yes. I think that's a really interesting way that you chose to phrase it. Do motivated people motivate people? 100%. But I feel that motivation it's truly just a feeling.
Yeah.
And it has to come back to, I believe that more disciplined people they will be the ones to motivate people, because you will be able to see, like, obviously, if someone feels my energy, they can get hyped up. They can like feel like, all right, I can like tackle the world. They're like, shit, this lady does all these businesses and has 5 kids and stuff like that. Like, why can't I do it? Like, they get that. But what really sticks is people who are dedicated and disciplined to do something, because then you can really see it. So, and especially when you compile those two. So, example, myself, I focus very heavily on my energy and positivity. I mean, we talked about it. I was doing yoga on the bathroom floor. Yeah. I felt not positive, and I'm like,
spicy?
We're going to stop right here, and we're just going to do yoga on the bathroom floor.
Yep.
And it's just when you can see someone who's actually like dedicated and disciplined to do something, though, because it's like, you know, that conversation that we had for a couple podcasts ago, that we were like, I was feeling spicy that day, I was doing this, and I still did what I needed to do. And I think that that is honestly more motivating to someone, of seeing someone who has the dedication and discipline to do something when they don't feel like doing something. That's where I think that more people are going to feel that, or at least that the top percentage of people are going to feel that, because you can get motivation, you know, watching videos. You can get motivation, obviously. I mean, you listen to David Goggins and you're like, all right, I'm not snoozing my alarm.
I can go run 50 miles.
And I'm not listening to music. That kills me when he says, like, I've thought about that now. Like, there's some, when I go on my evening walk, I would say I'm like 50-50 on complete silence or listening to music. What do you do?
Podcasts usually.
Podcasts, okay.
Podcast. I don't know. It depends on the day. But,
okay. Yeah,
But I don't like need music when I run or anything like that.
You don't?
No.
Okay. It's a super good thing, because so many people do, because they need to escape their own mind. But if you can stay, and that's what David Goggins talks about, is if you can stay within your own mind and stay positive and stay focused, you can literally accomplish anything.
Yeah.
Everything is literally a mental game. 100% is a mental game with people. And I think that if you stay positive, you can achieve that next level so much easier. And, you know, something that goes hand in hand with positivity would be gratitude. That people who need to practice gratitude, it's huge. You know, we talk about, I don't know if I've talked about it on here. I know I've talked about it in an episode of, like, I learned it in a coaching program that I was in, I don't know, 8-10 years ago, that you start off the day with 10, have I told you this before?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard this before.
Okay, so you start the day off with 10 pennies in your right pocket. And each time you say something positive to someone else, you give somebody a compliment, you do something, you take 1 penny and you put it in the other pocket. It may seem like you're being disingenuous by doing so, because you're like, oh, you're forcing yourself to do that. No, you are trying to create a habit and realize maybe how much you're negative. And that's a really good way to start, because someone's like, I don't know how to start being positive. Well, there's a really good actionable item, is just start with 10 things in your pocket. You don't want it to be super like, obviously you don't want it to be awkward or anything, but you don't want it to be comfortable either, because you want to think like, okay, I don't want to get to 5 p.m. and be the most negative person all day long, and now I've got to do 10 positive things. Like for me, I'd be like, 10 positive things, we got this.
Yep.
We got this. Let me go to the
hour.
grocery store. Yep. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, I'm gonna find good shoes, I'm gonna find someone with their hair right. Like, I'm gonna give all of these compliments. And it wouldn't be an issue for me, but it's because I practice gratitude so much and I practice positivity. It is a practice. It is not something that, you know, it's so easy to be negative in today's world, right? Mm-hmm. It is easy to be angry. It's easy to be negative. That's what the world is determined for. You watch the news and it's just negative, negative, negative. Oop, here's a little piece of happiness, a piece of positivity, negative, negative, negative. Yeah. It's like,
slide something in there and make you feel better.
Let's do just a little bit. It's like a positivity sandwich, but the cream filling of the Oreo is negative. It's like, no, we're not playing this game.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's something to work on. It's just nice and easy. 10 pennies and just switch and try to keep going. And you can just think of it like, if it hits 11 o'clock and you're like, dude, I haven't given any compliments. Go give some compliments, go do something. And, you know, this is something that I'm actually teaching my kids too, because when I go to the store, I usually always find one person to compliment. And it's just natural to me that I'll be like, oh my gosh, or like say something. And so we were at a volleyball tournament and there was a referee who she had to be in her 60s, but her hair was so cute. She had, I call them space buns. And so my kids do them. They're like two little like,
yep, I know
Princess
what you're talking
Leia things. And they were so cute on her head. And I like literally went out of my way to say something. And Beta goes, what did you say to her? I was like, that her hair is so freaking cute. She goes, of course you did. And I was like, Well, yeah.
What did you think I was going to say? You're a shit volleyball ref?
No, I wasn't going to say that. And, but it was just, oh gosh, it's just something you can see someone smile and it makes them feel good. And so I try to do those things around my kids so that they can see when you do stuff for other people, not only does it make them feel good, it also makes you feel good. Like you're filling up someone's cup and you're also refilling your own.
Yeah.
And that's just like, it's so important to do those kind of things and to teach those things to your kids, because you can't expect children, young adults, I mean, even adults now, if you've never seen someone do something, how are you supposed to know?
Right.
So whether it's in video format, whether it's in real life, or whether it's teaching your kids, etc., so many people will get like, oh my God, and even I get that way. I'll be like, where is the common sense? How do we not know this stuff? When people walk into a store and they're wearing pajamas.
Yeah.
I
know you have a personal vendetta against that.
I do. I do. It makes me so freaking mad when someone walks in with pajamas. Like, it literally, like, ugh. And so we had it the other day that someone walked in and they were wearing pajamas, a beautiful young lady. And I was like, mad at her parents. But I was like, in my mind, I was like, who told you this is okay? Who showed you that this is okay? And I feel that is actually an issue with our public schools.
Yeah.
That public schools allow kids to have no dress code anymore. We went and toured Otto's new school and there's no dress code. It's just pretty much, we don't want to see private parts. It's literally it. And I was like,
that's the exception.
I was like, no, we don't play this game. Like, we don't wear pajamas at school. Like, we don't do this kind of stuff. And even like Parker. So this will show you how crazy I am about it. Parker refuses to participate in pajama day.
Really?
Because we don't wear pajamas to school. We don't wear pajamas out in public.
Parker's awesome.
He's so awesome. He is. My other kids are, and I'm like, it's just a fun day. It's something that you can do. But I love that part about like my kids' school, they don't allow comfy clothes really. You're not allowed to wear sweatpants, jogging pants, athletic pants, none of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not allowed to wear it. No spaghetti straps. You can't have open back. They have a solid dress code. Mm-hmm. And my kids sometimes get frustrated because their friends that go to public school, they're like, they get to wear sweatpants and that comfort hoodie and all this stuff. And I was like, I put it in example, like my big kids don't complain about it anymore, because I was like, okay, I want you to go put on your comfort sweatsuit. And that's why I say it is because these are like fancy in sweatpants.
Yeah,
trendy things right now. Mm-hmm. And us parents here are dropping like $150 on a set, which is
absolutely
insane.
Ridiculous.
Cannot believe
absolutely
that.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. And so I told them to go put their sweatsuit on. I said, what do you want to do? They're like, chill. I was like, what is school? School is school. I said, school is work. You're going to work. School is going to work. I said, if my employee showed up in a sweatsuit, bye.
See ya.
Like, get out of here. I can vividly remember that I did have an employee show up in, he didn't work for us for very long, and he did show up in a sweatpants, stuff like that. And he's like, well, my pants just aren't fitting, they aren't. I'd asked him, I was like, hey, this is our third time I've told you need to change. Like, why? He's like, my pants aren't fitting well. I've gained some weight. And I said, okay, what size are you? I literally went to Kohl's. I went to Kohl's and I bought him jeans. I said, if you are having, trouble doing this, that, or the other, I said, talk to me about it. And I was like, I'll figure it out with you. But I was like, just give me your pant size and I will go buy you some pants then, because I want you to, when you look good, you feel good. Mm-hmm. And when you feel good, you perform good. And it's, it all comes back to, again, that positivity cycle. It's like, if you are dressed just meh, I just want to hang and stuff like that, you are going to be so much more lackadaisious and just chill, versus bring that fire, bring that energy, bring that positivity, and get to your next freaking level. Yeah. Get to what you want. And life will just, it will just continue to compile and combine. Like, momentum loves speed, and so does positivity.
Right.
It's just, it's just one of those things. So I felt a little extra fire about this today. And that's why I was like, Carter, we need to do a video, because we didn't have a ton of time. Yeah. And look at that. We accomplished it.
What time is it?
It's 9:55.
Oh, sweet.
It's 9:55.
It's a short little podcast today.
It is a short little one. I had wrote one thing down with this, and I didn't write it down. I spoke it into my phone. And I was like, oh, I really want it to end right here. I was like, I want it to be like exactly what I had like spoken to my phone. So I'm trying to find it here. Let's see. All right. Are you ready for it?
Yep. Your
attitude will not solve every problem, but it will determine on how you solve every problem. Boom. That is literally it. Because I was like speaking to my phone. I was like, okay, we're going to talk about this quick. And mind you, me speaking in the phone is, I called him as I was going under the belt line, and then we hung up quick. He's like, okay, I'll get it set up. And I was like, okay, we're talking about this podcast today. I want to do this because if I can spit out all my thoughts in my mind, I can spit everything out. I'm like, okay, let's organize it a little bit. Let's get it like all like put in together. And I was like, your attitude determines everything. And you determine whether something turns out good or turns out bad, because it can go both ways. But it all depends on how you act and how your attitude is to someone and to something and about a scenario. Because you can find every bad thing in the world, but you can find every single good thing too. So it's all on you. It's all in your mind. It's all here. And you have all of the keys in your pocket, and you can literally accomplish anything. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't left us a review, please leave us a review. Share the podcast with someone who may enjoy it. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, all of the places. We love to hear from you. And we will see you next time.
Yeah.